my beautiful, amazing crochet family. I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, Lady Simone, and we are back with another all over the place crochet broadcast. Yes, 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 y'all. Okay, so listen, this is going to be a fun crochet with me type of video, and we are literally going to crochet this together. I want to talk really quick in the beginning. I'm gonna let y'all know what y'all need. So as I'm talking, just know you're going to have to grab you a hook, some yarn, and we are going to like just walk this through together, and I'll be talking. It's not your traditional tutorial, but it's more so like the yarn bag you didn't know you needed. First, let me tell you why this came about. So me and my family are a card family. We love playing Uno. We just taught our boys, our older two, how to play spades, and it's been a ball. Okay, we've been having a good time. So I was like, you know what? I need a bag so that we can put the cards in, because I'm going to show y'all. This is my old card bag, and it's just like this. And we have our Uno cards in this one. So this is the set of Uno cards we have. And I always just keep it in this, and I hang it on the corner of the chair. So when we're at the table, when we want to play a hand of Uno as a family, we could just take it, or if the kids just want to sit down and play, we have it on the corner of the chair. So I was like, okay, so now we're playing spades. We taught the kids how to play spades. Let's make a different type of bag. So this is the bag that y'all didn't even know y'all needed, okay? So this right here is what I came up with, because at first I was just sitting there and I'm like, you know what? I just want something simple that can just fit some cards in. And this was my very first one. I literally just kind of went around and I was just like, this could be a thing. So this is the first one. And this is my most recent one of the same bag. This one doesn't have anything in there, but a set of playing cards fits in there perfectly, okay? And this is how this one looks. Nice and sturdy. So what we are going to do, if you have to pause this video after I tell you what you need for this project, do that, because we're going to jump right in and we're going to make a bag like this, okay? So for this project, you will need 2 strands of weight 4 yarn. I'm using a black weight 4 yarn here, which is just a regular acrylic, 4-weight acrylic, loops and threads, classic black. And I'm going to combine mine with this Karen Simply Soft with this colorful one, okay? So I think for this bag, I may give it to like my son, because it's really good for if you need, like my son played, he build Legos and everything too. So maybe there's something he have little pieces of things he need to put in, or he creates on his 3D printer, which are little like pieces that he used for his action figures. He can use this bag to put those things in too. So we're going with this right here in the black. You're also going to need a 6mm crochet hook. You're also going to need some scissors, just so we can clip those ends and everything. And you're going to need a darning needle. I still use, even for like when it's a little chunky, I still use these darning needles, but you can use the plastic ones that have a little bigger hole, but just any darning needle that you're going to need to sew everything up, which is not a lot to sew up. Like I guess I should say tie everything up. But anyways, let's get started. So, like I said, we're going to crochet this together. We're going to talk a little bit throughout. And y'all, I want y'all to know, like at the end, we're going to have a bag. And I just felt like this was a cute project for us to actually go through together. If you want to speed it up, typically I have the pattern on the screen. But for this one, since it is like us crocheting together, I'll add it at the end. So I want y'all to crochet with me today, okay? So we are going to start this project off. I do a magic ring. You can start with a chain 4, whatever you like, but we're going to chain up 2. Throughout this whole process, your chain 2 does not count as a stitch, but we will make chain 2 at the end of each round, okay? So we're going to go into that magic circle with 12 double crochets. There goes number 1, number 2, number 3. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I hope I don't have my mouth gap open when I'm doing this. because I get so focused. But we're going to be talking a little bit too. So that's 5 and 6, 7, 8. Y'all will kind of get to see um how I actually crochet. I think that was 8. Let's do 9, 10, 11, and then we got 12. And what I like to do, just to make sure, remember that chain 2 does not count as a stitch, but you can make sure that you got your right stitches. I always close it up just a little bit and just make sure I got my 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So just make sure you have your 12 into your magic ring, and this is how it should look. And like I said, this is a very easy pattern. If you know how to crochet in the round, double crochet, slip stitch, those are the only 2 stitches we're using for this. Okay, so then we are going to go with putting our first slip stitch to combine. We're going to go into this first stitch. Now this right here is tricky sometimes, and I chose to use black. Y'all, why did I use black? It's so hard to see sometimes, but not the chain 2. You're going to go into your first stitch, okay, which is right here. That's your first stitch. You're going to go into your first stitch, and you're going to slip stitch into that first stitch. Like I said, not your chain 2, because if it was a chain 2, we would have to try to maneuver over and all that. No, we're going into our first stitch, and it's going to make it look so nice, y'all. It's going to, trust me, it's going to look nice. It's going to look nice and clean. So go into your first stitch and do a slip stitch. You're going to chain up 2, and then in that same stitch, as you see here, let me switch you around. As you see here in that same stitch where you see this coming out, you're going to go back in that same hole, okay? And we're going to do 2 double crochets. That's going to be our increase around, okay? So we're going to do 1, 2, and at the end of this round, you should have 24 stitches. So let's count them out together. 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10 together. 11 and 12 together. There we go. 13 and 14. And then we got 15 and 16. 17 and 18. 19 and 20. 21 and 22. And make sure you put your 23 and 24 together to finish this round. Oh, I'm messing it up, y'all. 22, 23, and 24. Okay, so one thing I thought was really cool about crocheting along, because I remember I used to always be the person, I'm going to show y'all this as I talk. I used to always be the person that always wished that I knew how to crochet faster. So I was like, if we crochet along, y'all can kind of try to see if you can beat me at the end of the round. Like that right there helps with speed too, because of course, I don't think I'm the fastest, at crocheting, but I'm pretty decent at it. So that's our second round. We're going to slip stitch in that first stitch again, and then you are going to chain your 2. That does not count as a stitch. This is our last row of increase. So let's increase. Let's go. Well, not increase yet. Let's go in the first stitch, 1 double crochet. Your next stitch is your increase. So that's 2 and 3 together. Okay. 4 by itself. 5 and 6 will be together. 5 and 6. Okay. 7 by itself. 8 and 9 together. 8 and 9 will be together. 10 will be by itself. And then we will have 11 and 12 together. Okay. 13 by itself. 14 and 15 will be together. 16 by itself. 17 and 18 together. And that's our increases. 19 by itself. 20 and 21 is our increase. 22 by itself. 23. And 24. I can't believe I chose black. 25 by itself, 26 and 27 together. It's going to look cute though. 28 by itself, 29 and 30 together. Hello, we are almost finished. Okay, 31 by itself, 32 and 33 will be together, 34 by itself, 35, y'all, and 36 is together. And guess what? That's all we're doing when it comes to increases, okay? And you are going to have this. Now, I'm going to pull my little center a little tighter, but that's how it's going to look. Boom, that's our base. That is our base. If you got this far, you know, y'all are killing it. You're doing great, okay? Okay, so what we're going to do next is work in the back loops only on this round. So what you're going to do is slip stitch again into your first single crochet. Your first double crochet, Lord, not your chain two, your first double crochet, chain up two, okay? And we are not going to increase. We're just going to go around with one double crochet around, but we're working in the back loops only of this round. So it's 36 stitches at the end. Let's crochet this together, y'all. 36 at the end. Make sure you go in the back loop of that first stitch where your chain two is. We're going to go in that back loop of that, okay? I would try to show, but this black, like I said, I don't know why I chose black, but I'm sorry. So let's do one double crochet around. We're going to have 36 stitches. That's number one, number two, number three. Let's see. Y'all already probably done with four. See? 4 for me. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for me. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We have 16, 17. We're getting there, y'all. 18. 19. I gotta try to keep this up so y'all can see. 19, and then we have 20, 21, and 22. It's gonna be a lot of counting. You be like, if she don't stop counting. That's my 24th right here. This is my 25. Y'all, this is what I do even when I'm just crocheting. 26, 27, 28. When I'm crocheting alone, I still count. I don't know. It's a little therapeutic for me. 28, 29, and 30, which means we got 6 more stitches, y'all. I'll be talking and telling myself that too. 31 and 32, 33. Sometimes with the 2 strands, wait a minute. 33 here with the 2 strands. Sometimes it's hard to make sure you get it. Make sure you got 2 of them together. 33, 34, because it'll slip off. 35 and 36. Okay, because sometimes it does slip off your hook and you got to just make sure. So what I like to do at this point, grab my needle and I'm gonna actually tie in this loose end when we did the magic ring. Okay, so if y'all have to catch up on getting to this point with me, go ahead and catch up while I sew in this end. Like I say, this is a crochet with me. So y'all, guess what? I'm gonna show y'all exactly my process, and then when we get to the rounds that's just straight double crochet, we'll talk a little more. But I wanted to count those out so y'all can kind of see, like I say, my process. So all I do when I'm tying in that little, for the magic ring, I go in, I make a knot. Y'all, I'm a knot queen. I love a good knot. So I pull it tight, and then all I do, once I have the knot, I go in the opposite direction and just weave it in a little bit. As such, take that off and boom. Okay, and then snip. And that's it. So we have our ends weaved in, and now we're going to go in the round. So no more increases, no more back loops only. And this is a small project. Like it's not going to take us too long. And I like to flip my work up at this point so I can start working like this, because typically I crochet like this. And if you like crocheting like this and still just going around, if that's more comfortable, that's fine. But I like to turn my work inside out, well, the right side out. And then that way I just crochet around like that. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing that we've been doing throughout the whole project, which is slip stitch to that first double crochet. So let me get myself together, y'all, because my yarn is trying to act up. Let's see. Get this right here. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch to the first double crochet like we've been doing, and we are going to chain up 2. 1 and 2. Now let's count 36 around, and that will be our next round. Okay, 1. So I like to make sure 3 and 4, 5 and 6. I like to just count around, just to make sure I got my 36. I'm saying 7 and 8 because I was on 7 and 8. 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Like I say, you're going to do 36 stitches around. 12, 13. 13 and 14, 15 and 16. I wanted it to be raw of how we crochet it so you can see exactly how long it take us. Okay, I'm on stitch number 18, and of course y'all probably don't be talking as much, so it may take you, you can shave off a little time, but for me, this is the raw time for me. I believe this is 21, 22 because I'm talking, y'all, but I'm also trying to keep count. Okay. 22, 23 and 24. So 25 and 26. I'm going to try to stop counting at the end of this round. I just want to make sure I get my 36, okay? And then we can chat it up about what I learned about teaching my kids some spades. 37 and 30, no, 26, 27, 28, I believe. I think that's what I'm on. See? 29 and 30. Y'all don't keep up with my count. Make sure you got your own count, okay? 31, because I was talking 31 and 32, and I'm gonna have to recount just to make sure, right? Because I'm totally I got the right stitches but the wrong count. Okay, so let me count mine up. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29, 30, 31, 2, 33, 34. Okay, so I was right. I have 2 stitches left. 34, 35, 36. Okay, because that's the beautiful thing. Like when you know, especially with a smaller project, you're going to see how many stitches you got left. And you can recount them really quickly to find out. But at the end, this is how it's going to look. So I knew I had 2 more stitches because you see my last stitch went here and that right there. And then this is my chain 2. And this is my first stitch that I got to go into. So even I don't have to count anymore going around because I kind of know how it looks at the end. I know how my chain 2 look, and I know how my last stitch will look before I actually slip stitch. So I'm not going to have to really count it. I'm going to talk to y'all while we do these next couple of rounds, okay? So this project only consists of 10 total rounds when it comes down to the double crochet before we do the top part of it. And right now we are on 1 2 3 4 5. So that means we have 5 more rounds, and all we do, like we say, slip stitch, chain up your 2, and then we are going to go in the round again, okay? And we're going to go 36. But what I wanted to talk about as we do these next 5 rounds of just straight 36 around, I'm going to be crocheting and I'm going to be talking. Like I said, this is different. It's not necessarily a tutorial, but it's really just us crocheting together, okay? And thinking about it, I know I said I was not going to put the pattern up on the screen, but I'll put it up because I am doing a lot of talking, and I know that some people can follow the pattern easy and some people can go along as I'm talking. But one thing too, I'm one of those people, like, I understand that everybody learns differently, okay? And I'm okay with that. So that's why it's nothing for me to leave the pattern on the screen. So if you were in the beginning and you're like, she said she wasn't putting that pattern up, but the pattern is there, that's why. That's why. But anyways, y'all, I thought this bag was going to be really, really cute. And when I was thinking, I said, you know what? Instead of, because sometimes when you crochet, you forget, like, hey, you can make something really super quick and easy to solve this problem. And my problem for this, and the reason why this bag came into creation, like I said in the beginning, was I needed a place to put our cards. And I was just like, you know what? I got a hook. I have a lot of yarn, and this can be a really good scrap project too. And we can put these cards in here, and we have a cute bag that can stay around the table. And when we're ready to play, we can play. And I genuinely love, love, love this idea, because one thing, even with the little handle that I added to the bag that I thought was really cute, you can actually, if you want to, you can take it out. You don't have to just use it as a bag just for in the house. If you traveling somewhere really quickly, run into the store and you don't want to bring a big bag, hey, let me throw this in this crochet bag, go to the store, do what I have to do and come back. So we finish another round. I'm slip stitching and I'm chaining up my two, and I'm gonna go again, okay? But one thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about as I was crocheting this was the fact that when we were teaching, when me and my husband was teaching our boys spades, I did not realize all the strategy that goes into spades. I've been playing spades for a long time. And if anybody know, spades is like one of those things to where, listen, it's a card game about strategy, but it's also like, what would we say? I look at it as strategy, and you really have to really think about what your partner have, what everybody in the game have, but you're still trying to make it fun at the same time. At least that's how we taught the kids. Because I know some people who are spades players, and they're like, listen, there ain't nothing funny about this. We trying to win. But for me, it's all fun, and it may be the teacher in me, but man, I'm like, this is so good for the older boys to learn spades, because it's so much lessons. Like, you have to pay attention. Like we tell them, I'm like, in life, you're gonna have to pay attention to what's around you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to make some decisions that you're not gonna know if this is the right decision, but you're gonna have to trust, the hand that's dealt to you. And that's what spades has taught us when we're teaching them. I'm like, man, there's so many life lessons in this. So we're teaching them spades, but it's so much bigger than spades. And even my daughter, she's 10, she still wants to learn it. Like, we've been teaching her because she sits right alongside us when we're teaching the boys. But I don't think that she got it just yet. But it's beautiful that she could sit around and learn just little stuff from it, and then I'm sure, give her a little more time, y'all, she's going to be great at it as well. But I also, of course, learn, we finish another round, we're going to go again. Remember, we have to have 10 rounds before we start the top of the hats. I mean, top of the bag. So let's see where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm at 7. So we need 3 more, okay? So one thing that I taught my daughter to do, because in spades, anyone who plays spades, you have to keep score. So I think that was such a learning thing too for her, is how you take score in spades. We had to teach her how to do it. And all of that, like, I just use all of those moments as teaching moments. It's a fun card game, but I just feel like there's so much lessons, so many lessons, so many lessons around us that we can use to teach our children, okay? And sometimes, and most of the time for me, but sometimes for a lot of people, it's not the traditional way. Because for me, I do things the untraditional way, okay? It's like, listen, however they are going to obtain this information, this is what I'm going to do, because I had to learn when I'm teaching my kids, like, all of them are so different. They're different type of learners, y'all. So a lot of times we're in there, trying to fit our kids into a box, and that box is not working because, listen, those kids are a whole different type of shape, which means they understand different and they're going to learn it different. And the beautiful thing is when you get the opportunity to teach multiple kids at one time, to see it click for everybody so different, to me that's beautiful, because my middle son, he's more hands-on. He likes building and doing things like that. My other son, he's not exact, they're total opposites, let's say, right? So one thing is so beautiful to see their mind work, because we're explaining it to them our way, but they're obtaining it and taking the information and making it work for them. And I think that's such a beautiful thing to witness. Okay, guys, we're going to slip stitch and chain up again. I think we have two more rounds to go after this. Look how quick we're building this. Y'all doing a good job, okay? And like I say, this is not your traditional tutorial, so please, please, please don't get under here and say, you haven't showed me this, you haven't this. Really, this is just crochet along with me, and I'm going to be chatting it up, and I'm just talking. I think it's a cozy way for us to create together. That was my goal for this, okay? So anyways, what I learned from the whole thing, just in general with teaching your children, is like everybody has a different way of learning things. Even when it comes to crochet, guys, it's the same way. Because just like I say, some people can grab their hook and follow right along. And I'm one of those people, like, I don't necessarily half of the time need a pattern, but when I have a pattern, I realize, like, it takes me a little minute to understand that pattern. So I had to learn for myself. You can't just jump in with your hook and the materials and say, okay, I'm gonna make this. When it came to me trying to make something from a pattern, and I realized that, right? Because I would get messed up, and I'm having to do this pattern like 100 times. Then I realized, like, for me to start from a pattern, I had to read the instructions first, let that process in my mind. Then I may have to sit it down, or I could go back to it, pick it up or go right into it. But it may take me a little longer. I don't know why. Even when it came down to sometimes watching a tutorial, if I was trying to watch a tutorial on YouTube for a pattern or something, what I found for myself that was a little difficult too was sitting through the entire pattern. That's why when I do try to do like a tutorial or something like that, I put the stuff up on the screen, because not everybody want to sit through every single step, especially if there's some steps that you already know, but then the content creator, they're trying to create for a variety of people. Somebody may be a beginner that didn't know how to do the magic ring, so they have to show the magic ring. But for me, when I know the magic ring, sometimes I don't want to sit through learning how to do the magic ring again. So it's it's a let me say, it's a lot of ways to teach, and we have to understand, as great teachers, there's a lot of different learners. So not everybody is meant to get what you're teaching. You could teach the same thing, but in a different way, and somebody understands it versus somebody else that may not understand it. Okay. So, like I say, 10 rounds, y'all. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. How cool is that? How cool is it? We are talking, and at the end of this, y'all are gonna have a cute bag, and it's a big bag. It's a good bag, like I say, that you can do so much with this bag. It doesn't have to be just for cards. It can be a bag for any and everything, because who doesn't need like a nice little bag they can hang around and just put little necessities in. Like I say, this one will go to my son, and he can put his little smaller pieces when he makes his what's it called? Oh my goodness. When he makes his 3D printing for his action figures. Because one thing I thought was cool that he made, he was like, Mom, I realized I don't have to buy the stuff for my 3D printer. I mean, for my action figures, I can make them. So I think yesterday he made lightning, and then one day he made some rocks for his from his 3D printer for his action figures, because he does like little poses for his action figures, and I think that's pretty cool. So anything that keep their little creative minds going, I'm here for it. So this will be a cute little bag for him. And I am going to make another bag for my oldest and another one for my daughter. Now, one other thing, oh, let me tell y'all about this game that we play. We play a game called Pacino. And it's almost like you play with playing cards, but you can also what is it? It's like a bingo style game. And even when I think about bingo, we have to get the little chips in bingo. These bags are good to put your chips in. Pacino, the same thing, because you use the little chips for Pacino, you can put them in here. So, like I say, the possibilities are endless, y'all. We are a card playing family. So of course, a lot of things when it comes to family night, or I say family day, family whenever, because the kids can wake up and be like, let's play some space. Now that we've taught them, it's like one of their favorite things to do. So you just make it work for however it suits you. This is how I'm looking after my 10 rounds, y'all. I know, like I say, I chose black, but that black pops that color. Like, look how that looks. That looks beautiful. Okay. Now we have, let me think now, 10 rounds. So now we have to do our last little round that has some cutesy dootsy on there. Okay. And how are we going to do that? So hopefully everybody, has crocheted together up to this point. If not, pause the video so we can all catch up and we can start this. So you're going to slip stitch how you do regular. In your first stitch, slip stitch, chain 2, does not count as a stitch. Go back into that stitch and we're going to do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we have 5 double crochets in that first stitch, and then you're going to slip stitch 2 times. All right, slip stitch 1, slip stitch 2. In your next stitch, you got it, 5 double crochets. Okay, let's count them up together. I got my 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're going to slip stitch again together 2 times. Okay, that was my 1 and 2. Let's go into the next stitch and we're going to do 5 around. Same thing all the way around. 1 and 2 for me, 3, 4, and I'm going to show you how it looks after this last double crochet in that one. Okay, so this is how mine's look. We're doing just a cute little shell all the way around. You see that? And that's what we're going to put all the way around. I don't know. I think it's called a shell or whatever it's called. It's something cute. So after the 5, slip stitch 2 times. Okay. So that's my 5. And it's quick, y'all. It's so quick and easy to get around. So that's 1 and 2. Let me go again with 5 double crochets into the next. That's 1, 2 for me, 3, 4, and 5. After your 5, remember, slip stitch 2, okay? So we slip stitch our 2. We're going to go back again for our 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, slip stitch again. Look, my slip stitch was trying to get away from me, y'all. So that's 1 and 2. Okay, 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to slip stitch in 2. We're almost around, guys. Slip stitch in 1, slip stitch in 2, and then you're going to go back again with 5. Okay, 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew. It's a lot of going around with the 5, but it actually is not bad. Like, I've done a lot of talking, y'all, but we're 34 minutes in and we're almost finished with this bag. Like, I think this proves that it's a fun, quick project. Like I say, if y'all haven't been chatting it up with me, we could have probably got through quicker, but I think we're still doing a good job. Okay, that's 3, 4, and 5. A slip stitch 2. Ooh. And slip stitching 2 will actually just give us a nice little design all the way around, okay? An even design, let's say, because it's like working with sets of 3s, okay? Oops, I'm talking and forgot. Okay, how many stitches I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need 5. One more in there. Slip stitch 2, guys. 1 and 2. Whew. 5, 1. I hope that y'all gotta tell me in the comments below what colors that you chose to use. What 2 colors? I know some people don't like working with black, but I think black makes, especially when you have a colorful yarn, it makes it pop. I really like, there was, look, I'm gonna show y'all. I wanted to use this yarn, but this was all I have. And I think I have enough to finish this because you don't need a lot for this project. I'm going to actually do that one too, but you don't need a lot for it. But in my mind, was like, I don't want to start it on use that one for this actual project, and then I didn't have enough, because then I'll have to stop and try to figure out what connecting yarn, because that's all of that yarn that I have. But I really think that it'll be enough. But y'all may see, I may post a picture once I do another bag out of that yarn. But it's a cute yarn, and I'm going to combine that one with black as well, because that bright neon with some black, that's gonna look so cute. Okay, I'm messing up my slip stitches. I'm over here talking and my slip stitches did not, it like fall through. I have one more shell to do after I finish this slip stitch. Like I said, I hope y'all are crocheting along really well, because listen, we are almost finished. And I believe, I'm not 100%, I think we can post pictures in YouTube, because it'll be so nice for y'all to put in the comments, like showing the pictures of the bag that y'all crocheted when we did this together. Or even if you just didn't want to crochet and you want to hear me yap, 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 that's okay too. We are just enjoying each other's company. That's all it is. Enjoying each other's company while crocheting. Y'all, I'm finished. I'm finished, finished, finished. So what I do when I finish, let's snip this off. Just a little snip. We don't got to leave a lot. And this is how I do it. However you finish off the way that you finish off. I'm just showing y'all how I do it. I actually just pull it through like that, and I make that knot really, really tight, and I have this left. So I take my needle, and then I am going to sew in that little part here. And how I do mine. Like I say, something about these knots, because I gotta make sure it's secure. There's been so many projects when I was early on learning how to crochet that I didn't secure well. So I'm kind of like, I guess I got a little PTSD when it comes down to making sure the stuff don't come unravel. So what I did here was tie a knot, and I'm just going to go in and out through here, just a little, nothing too crazy. I always like to go back to that base and just kind of pull through there. Boom. And then all we have to do is snip, and we are finished. This is, and you can't even really tell where you combine, but this right here is going to be important for me, because where we combine at, this is where I'm going to start putting a string through, okay? But this is how everything should look at this point, okay? This is where we're at. It looks like this. Trust the process. All right, so what we're going to do is put that to the side. You're going to take your 2 strands of yarn, and this is like, we only got 2 more steps. Super easy, okay? You're going to make a chain with your 2 strands of 100, okay? So you're going to chain up 100. And we're going to count it out together to show you how super easy this is, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. I like to go in sections of 25. I don't know why. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Almost there, y'all. 41, 42, 43, 43, 44. Oh, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. We are halfway. This is how you're looking halfway. We're just doing a chain of 100. I'm on my 50th. 51 for me, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 7, and 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, and 75. Like I said, we got 25 more, y'all. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. This is how I do. Have to go back and do 88. But this is what I do genuinely when I'm sitting in my craft room crafting. I still count. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Counting, it feels good though. 88, 89, and 90. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and we are at 100. All you're going to do, y'all, is snip it right here. Boom. Just like that. On my 100th, I pull that yarn straight through like that. Oh, just like that. Boom. Tighten it. Pull that knot. It's going to create a knot. It's tight there. Pull that through too. It's tight on that end. So now take your darning needle and you are going to, so keep because I'm going to show y'all, I find that it's easier for me to pull it through when I do it this way. So even if you don't need to do it this way, this is what works for me. And it's so much easier. So I take that 100 piece, y'all, and I go like you're going to see where we connect here. Okay, let me turn. Let me see. Can y'all? Okay, where's my finger? Right here. Okay. So right there where we connected, there's like, I always start in between here. I go here. That's my first, I go in there because on the other side of that, I'm going to actually end there. Okay. So I go in through there just like that. And then under each shell, you're going to have like, each shell has like a hole, but you're going to come through that bottom, right underneath that hole. So this is my first shell. I'm coming in this way and I'm going to show you. See right here. Under each shell, like you have, let's see. Okay, so hopefully you can see here. This is the shell and that's the hole. I go directly right underneath right here. I hope y'all can see this. Oh my goodness. Why did I choose this color? Right here. Okay. So there's a little hole right above it. I go in the opening right under each shell. So all I do is go in and out through the front, pull it. You can pull it like that and come through the other side of the next shell. And you just go in and out underneath each shell. Okay. Oops, what did I do wrong? Oh, what did I do? Wait a minute, y'all. I came out the wrong somewhere. Wait a minute for me. Well, y'all don't have to wait for me. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, we're like really genuinely like, nah, y'all don't leave me now. Okay, so let me pull mine's back out. Okay, wait a minute. Because I went in the wrong, I went in through a strand of yarn. I'm about to put that there. Okay. Let me put my yarn back on here. And we're going to keep going, guys. So y'all probably already finished. See? Probably already left me. You left me. Okay, so we're going to keep going in and out underneath. Oh, let me see. I'm there underneath each shell. This part actually does not take a long time unless you made a mistake like me. But we're going in and out like this right here. There we go. There we go. Just like this, guys. Couple of more for me. In and out underneath each shell. And that's going to create our drawstring effect. Why did, okay, my thing came off again, y'all. I don't even need the darning needle really like that because I can kind of go through, but I'm just so used to doing it that way. So go one more. Okay, so in our last shell, you're gonna go through the front for your last shell. So you're gonna bring out your like to bring it back around to the front with the other strand. You're gonna bring it out to the one right beside it, and that's how it's going to look right there. Okay. And I like to just make sure that these two parts are even before I snip. But that's how it looks right here, right? These two are together. So I'm going to snip the ends of these two. Now, this is something that you don't have to do this right here, what I'm about to do, but I snip it like this. I take I have a lighter. So all that I do is just like it makes it feels a little better to me. I just secure it just a little bit like that with the light, okay? Now, you don't have to do that part. You really don't, because in the description, well, in the beginning, I didn't even say you need this, but that's what I like to do. So now what you're going to see here, you have this. All you have to do is pull this right here and boom, look how that looks. You pull it and you have your bag. Now, I'm going to put it right here so you can see because I don't like to create a knot or nothing. I just do like this, like when back in the day we have a bow when you tie your shoe, but all I do is just do a little tie like this. And that right there, oh, don't look at that tie. Let me tie it again because it can be much prettier. So I tie it like this right here. And boom. That's it. As you can see, you got your little piece hanging here. Let me get it nice and neat for you. Okay. So you see it? You have your bow here. That's one side of your bow, the other side, and you have your two pieces that hang down. And that's your drawstring bag. But we have one more because we want to make a little handle so that it can go across if you want to hang it on a chair or if you want to just run with it in your bag and toss it. Now, one thing too that I took my son to a Pokemon trading card type store, and they also do like the is it Dungeons and Dragons? So this is a good dice bag if you want to use that, and the handle is going to make it easy because if you're going somewhere playing Pokemon or just cards or dice, you can use the handle to take with you. Okay. So you don't got to worry about it getting lost in your bag or in your regular bag or anything. So I like to open up just a little bit like this right here. What we're going to do for the handle, take your two strands again, y'all. This probably take us less than a minute. This part may take us less than a minute. Take your two strands and we're going to do a chain of 40 for this one. For the handles, chain 40, okay? Chain 40 for the handles. Wait a minute. And we're going to just count those really quickly. And we will definitely be finished. But leave this strand like before you chain. Make sure you leave a good piece because we're going to use that to tie our handle to our bag, okay? So I already have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. We got 10 more. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Just like that. Make sure you leave your piece because we're going to need a piece when we're actually attaching this part to the bag. We do the same thing on both sides. Pull it tight. Boom. Okay. Now this is what we're going to do. Instead of putting our two of these through the darning needle, you're going to split it up. And you're going to take one through your darning needle, okay? One right here on each side. You'll take your one, you're going to look at your bag, and in your mind, you're going to say, okay, how do I want my handle, where I want it positioned? This is all on you. I always like to try to even it up on the side, but I always go through just like any little spot on the side, any opening on the side. So let's see. It can be right here. We're going to put one here. Then I take that other strand that goes with that side and skip over a stitch from when you inserted the last. Skip over so you can have just a little piece of a like opening, okay? So these two look like this on this side. This one went through something, but it's okay. So on this side, we have this one like this. Now, what you're going to do is from the take your other side, take one from this side, okay? Put it through your darning needle and attach it to the other side of your bag. You see, this is how my bag, I'm going over. And honestly, if you want, you can count, like if you want to say like I want it to be even like this and I want to put it right here, you can count where you want it. For me, I just randomly place it and it still turned out really cute. But if you are one of those people that want it like, no, I want to even this, count from the center and see which shell you want to put it in on both sides, and then you can evenly put your you can evenly put it there, okay? So wait a minute. We got the black one here for me. So I'm going to put this one right here. All right, so now when we do have both of them in there together like this, all I do is take my yarn and I do 3 knots on with this. 1, 2, and 3 on each side, okay? That one's done. I take this side, same thing. 1, 2, and 3. And this is how we attach it, okay? 1, 2, 3, and you snip on both. Now I snip, and like I say, you don't have to use this little thing, but the parts that I snip, I just kind of use this just a little bit, and we are all done, y'all. And this is how my handle. Now what you could do is, let's put our cards, our deck of cards in here so you can kind of see how it is with something in there. We're going to pull this through. We are going to tie it like that. Leave a little hanging. We got a little doo-doo. We got a little doodad right there. And look at that, y'all. A cute, nice little bag that you didn't even think you needed. And you do. Because you can put so much stuff in this. And or you can make it for your kids so they can travel with their cards. Or they can put their dices in there. It's a really cute little bag. So these are the 3 that I've made. And I'm looking like, well, I made all with such dark colors. But you can see a little bit from this one that's not as dark. But these are my 3 bags that I made. I hope y'all dearly enjoy crocheting along with me. I have the pattern up on the screen. Let me know what colors y'all use. Let me know what you like, in how many ways or what ways can you use these bags. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. But I really enjoy sitting down just chatting with y'all, kind of like letting y'all see my crochet process. And at the end, we have an actual product. Like I said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And as always, I want you to always remember, smile, 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 and understand that you have a purpose here on this earth. And listen, live it to the fullest. Live it to the fullest. With that being said, I am your one and your only Lady of Crochet, LadySamoan, and I will see you next time.